So, hello and welcome to Hello Main Street, and I'm your host, Monica Sanchez. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button so that if you will never miss another podcast again. And if you love this podcast, please do me a favor and give us a rating or review. This will help us to get positive reviews so then that way we can show up in others' feeds and be able to grow and help others out. So, thank you so much. And today we're going to be talking about three things how to purchase existing businesses. And the reason why this is important is that there's oftentimes I have been helping people to buy and sell businesses for since 2020 when everybody went into shelter, and I was noticing that a lot of business owners were alone in their world. And it was really important to me to be able to have a voice for them, but then also be able to recognize information that I wanted to share with others. What I have noticed a lot of is people really are interested in buying their own businesses. They want to be their own business owner. And, kudos to you for wanting to do that. It can also be scary. But what I'm noticing right now in the market in the past few years is that a lot of baby boomers are leaving and wanting to retire from their existing businesses. And when that happens, these businesses there's nobody for them to take over. And so what happens at that point is they literally will have to shut their doors and leaving a lot of profit or revenue that could actually be taken over by somebody else who's looking to take over that similar industry. So I really kind of wanted just to touch on some brief basic things to give you a little bit of knowledge. And then if you have more questions, always feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to talk with you more. So one of the things that I want to talk about is recession proof. How do you look for a business? And oftentimes people are wanting a sexy business. Like I was just talking to Caleb and he's at Hyatt Winery. And we were talking about businesses and winery. Yeah, that is a lot of fun and, looks great and the lifestyle and all of that. But not always is the opportunities available there. And so what we want to do is really look at businesses that can be considered recession proof, right? So what does that look like? That is a business that has been in existence for a long time. It has weathered the storm, right? Whether it was a recession or COVID, and it just might not be very sexy. It might be a mechanic shop. It could be a coffee shop. So just keeping those things in mind, also thinking of like a grocery store or a mini mart, things where people will always have to buy and sell commodities in order to continue to survive. And what's funny is during the recessions, people tend to often also want to buy businesses that have to do with our vices, right? Tobacco, alcohol, things like that. So keeping those in mind are always important. So that is one thing that I would look at is if you're looking to buy a business, look at those types of industries, car washes, laundry mats. Those are very, very popular, very hard to find, and self-storage units. So people really like those a lot. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is finance. So oftentimes people are like, great, I want to buy this business. I have X amount of dollars ready to go, and then I'm going to take over this business. So just say that the business was worth 100,000, right? Just for round numbers. And they'll be like, great, I have the money. And they get into the business, but then they never thought about the capital. How are you going to keep the business afloat? How are you going to keep it going? You really have to have more buying power in order to be able to buy those products and to continue forward on that stuff. So keep it in mind that the business may be 100,000, but you're also going to need more money to kind of create your own, be your own, surroundings and set it up the way that you want to. Also, it could be financeable, especially if the business comes with a building. That's oftentimes, commercial banks, they like that, right? Because the building is worth 3 times the amount of the business. So if the business went under, then you still have the building. And then thinking about what is your ROI that you want to consider, those are important as well. How long do you want that to be in order to get your investment back on the return that you put into it? So, and then the third thing I just wanted to touch on really quickly is the value gaps. Oftentimes, people will want to acquire their competitor. And so, when you do that, just keep in mind and consider that when you're buying your competitor, where are they that they have value gaps that are going to bring you extra revenue, right? Kind of think of like buying a house and having sweat equity in the home. So, there's oftentimes what is like, what are the hours of operation? Is it a Monday through Friday type of company, or maybe it's only open for 4 hours and 4 hours out of the day? That just leaves up that much open time to be able to do that. How well known is the business? How much marketing would you have to do? And if it's an older business that you're buying from a baby boomer, did they bring the business up to the potential of technology, right? Do they have things that are automated already? Do they have it where you could set appointments if that was ever the case? So looking at those different avenues are something that would be helpful, so that way you can see, do they have a systems and process in place, and are those where the value gaps are hidden, where you can actually make additional profit without really having to do a lot of adjustments. So my name is Monica Sanchez, and I am with Network in Action, Central Washington. I am the owner. And so please tag me on Instagram, share this information with others. If you have any other questions, I would love to talk with you further. So go ahead and tag me here. My Instagram right below is Monica Sanchez, NIA. And then also, if you are looking for more episodes, keep in mind that we also have episodes on the new website that we just recently had built for us. Again, so thank you so much and have a wonderful day.